back, guys. I'm Edwin.
And I'm Joseph.
And this is Edwin and Joseph Talks. Now, this is part 2 of our conspiracy video. Like we mentioned in the last one, there's going to be a lot and they can get pretty lengthy, so we will be splitting this up into multiple videos. Thank you for joining us on our second part, and let's go ahead and jump in.
Mm-hmm.
So, the last two we talked about were the JFK assassination and 9/11. We're going to continue this. We're going to jump into Area 51 and aliens. So a lot of people believe that Area 51, when the conspiracies around it first started, it was back in the 40s when the Roswell, New Mexico crash happened. Everybody knows about that, even if you're not into it. I'm sure at one point or another you've heard about it. A lot of the surrounded it was after the crash, they used Area 51 to hide not only the craft parts of the crashed spaceship, but as well as the diseased bodies of the UFOs or the aliens that were in the UFO. There have been a lot of multiple sightings of weird lights, weird crafts kind of flying around the area of Area 51, as well as a lot of rumors about the military having scientists in there reverse engineering the technology that they gained from the crash. There is a retired Army colonel. I didn't get a name on it, but he did say that after the Roswell crash, he did get the opportunity to have his hands on a bunch of the stuff, the tech and stuff that they took from it, as well as talking about time travel experiments that they supposedly do there. They have two names for it. One is Green Lake, the other one is Dreamland. Also, there's a lot of speculation that our stealth bombers and a lot of our high-tech military aircraft that we have today are because of the reverse technology engineering. So what are your thoughts as far as what Area 51 is and what it's actually used for today?
Of course, I know about the Area 51, and all the different theories that went with it. I've looked at it a lot. As of today, I don't think there's anything really going on there. I want to say that they've taken everything and relocated because it became such a hot spot that it's easy for them to camouflage their other activities if everybody's looking at one central area. Now, granted, back, when it originally happened, they would have taken everything right there. That was the closest spot for it. And I do believe that we did reverse engineer stuff. Now, I don't believe that we have decaying alien parts and stuff there. At one time, we might have, did some stuff with aliens if they had got a hold of them, but I'm not for sure. As for the technology part of it, I do believe that happened. Now, I don't know about the whole time travel stuff and all that. I don't know for their technology-wise. We could be. The government always has stuff that we just don't know about. And the stuff that they're willing to show is... I was watching, it was, I think, an Air Force commercial, and some of the stuff that they were talking about, like, if they're willing to talk about that on a commercial, it was pretty high advanced stuff. What do they have behind the curtains, So, currently, I don't think Area 51 is what people believe it is.
You think they've just done a really good job of keeping the roofs up, kind of drawing the attention there? And away from everything else.
There's speculation that there's like 3 other spots that they have that are like hidden in mountains, stuff like that. And there's also, I've heard that the government's working with, what is his name? He does like airplanes, kind of like Boeing, Boogaloo? No, not Boogaloo. I can't remember his name right now, but they're working with him, and basically the point I'm trying to get is that it's easier to do cover-ups when you have a private sector, because you don't ever have to write about that private sector, where in the government you have to keep some sort of documentation. Even if it's classified, it has to be kept.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Boogaloo? I forgot his name. I'll look it up and bring it up in another video that we have later on. Well, what's the next one you got?
So the next one we're going to talk about is secret societies. There's a lot of them out there. Everybody's heard of Skull and Bones, the famed sect over at Yale. There's a lot of, powerful people that came out of there, presidents and stuff. But they are actually not believed to be as powerful as people or as they present themselves. We'll touch on two of them. Two of the most famous ones being the Illuminati and the Freemasons. So the Illuminati, said to have originated back in 18th century Germany. They've been very secretive. There's still people that, they do exist. No, they don't exist. Famous for the triangle with the all-seeing eye on the back of the dollar bill. They are said to have intent to create world wars, with every nation around, with the sole intent to create a one world ruling government. And there have been it is said there have been like satanic intentions behind it that I'm not sure how that ties in with everything. And then the other one, which I don't know how many people know about these. I mean, I know it's popular, but it's the Freemasons. A lot of famous founding fathers have said to be members about them. They work the same way as far as the intent with the one world ruling government and all that, but they are said to do it more in a sneaky way of, they like to donate a lot, give big money donations and stuff, but that is said to be a cover up for their true intentions. So do you think there really is a powerful secret group out there controlling governments and banks with the intention to start what is pretty much the NWO, the New World Order? Or do you think that's just a bunch of conspiracies?
The Illuminati one for sure, I think is, I don't know if it's really a myth, but it, definitely a lot of conspiracy on that one. I don't have much to really say on them. I've heard some of the theories on it. The Freemasons, on the other hand, had a lot with our current government. Right. It's a known fact that a lot of the founding fathers were Freemasons.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's in history books and everything about it.
So we know that exists, and I want to say that the Freemasons were actually started back after, I think, the Knights of the Templar was disbanding. So I mean, you can tie in a lot of controversy, conspiracy to that throughout the ages and history. Now, what all they have their hands in, I'm not for sure. I know that most towns and cities all have their place that they meet up at. And I think the secrecy still falls because they're a fraternity that you have to be a member to even step into the doors. And I think that's where the mysticism comes from. That whole thing is you have to be a member to even get in there. So there's going to be some questions about what's really going on.
Right.
I don't think the intentions are bad, neither good, and it just might be a place for people to get together and share knowledge with each other. I'm not really worried about them. The Illuminati, I'm not really worried about it.
I think the only thing I can really go back on when it comes, especially to the Freemasons, I always go to the Stonehenge episode of The Simpsons. That's what I pictured. All right, so this will conclude our second video. We'll go ahead and cut it here for. Thank you for stopping by again.
The only thing I would have to put in is if you have anything you want to talk about what we just talked about. If you want more information to throw along, go ahead and comment. With that, like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.